Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number one in the chat box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Afternoon, Brenda. Hey, Jim. Morning. Morning, Helen. Afternoon, Kevin. Hey, Samuel. Welcome. All right. Loud and clear. So, as we get started, keep in mind everything we look at is for education. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. If you find something you like, anything, make sure it fits your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance. All right. Welcome back, my friends. Let's try that again. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Winter time is here. You can tell with the scratchiness of the throat. So I hope you all are having a great day. And again, I hope it's been a good trading day for you all. Here's our agenda for today. We're going to go through our followers page. We'll go into today's trades, excuse me, economic reports, market review, upcoming trainings, weekly training topic, and then your stocks in review. So here's our followers page. Hopefully, you're all following along on some, if not all, of our social platforms. We put different content out there every day. I think we're at the point right now of almost 40 different pieces of content hit the market every day for us, hit the airwaves almost every day. Hey, Andres. I'm glad that the show never ends. There you go, Patty. Yep, me too. Um, so make sure you check out the various things we got out there, folks. I mean, all I can tell you is there's a lot of stuff happening out there. A lot of good stuff coming pretty soon too. But the only thing that you cannot go ahead and get to directly, well, I guess you could if you go to the trading post dot, I forget. I don't think it might be .com. Yeah, it's not. We got something in between there, but it's a Beehive address. It's where we send our newsletter from. That is our newsletter. We send it out every day, 5 days a week, every trading day. So next week, Monday is a holiday. We will not have one Monday because the market is closed. So we are closed. But everywhere else, you can go to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and find us there, Twitter, and the likes. Right? So today's trades, what trades did you all do? Drop your trades in there. Let me know what you did. Jeff's already got his all prepped. I appreciate that very much, Jeff. Let me just check and see. Brenda, did you send anything in? Because I didn't see anything. Nope, I don't see anything on my end anyway. Deborah said small bite on Tesla. Excellent. Jeff said 2M&Q, so the micro NQ, which is the NASDAQ. Trades this morning, 5 contracts, one at 731.42 for 2 seconds. I love it. 2 seconds for $107.50. And the other at 730.47 for 3 seconds for $95. Two different accounts, both bullish. Great job, Jeff. Great job. So 200 bucks ish for the day, for the equivalent of 5 seconds of work. Not too shabby. Let's see. Tripp said 2 scalps this morning. Broadcom, 50.7% in 7 minutes. AMD, 32.9% in 7 minutes. 7 is your lucky number today, Tripp. That's for sure. We got a couple positions that had great setups today. Costco was one. So we closed here on Friday on Costco, right at our fib line. Perfect setup. I love where it was. And then what happens? We gap down. Well, what did it do? So when I see this happen, right? I would be sitting in position number 3 in the chair, leaned forward when the market opened if I didn't see pre-market activity. And we got that gap down, I'd immediately go back to position number 1 in the chair. I'd be back here. Okay, just wait and hang in, wait to see what happens. If I can get a quick move back above the fib line, then the Bears tried to win. They did not. The Bulls brought it back above. If I get the retest and the bounce, there's a potential opportunity for an entry, right? So if we look, we gap down, 5 minute candle all the way back up. We came right back down in the next 5 minute candle. Man, talk about fast. Within 10 minutes, we're sitting back at support, and we bounce right off of that support, that 925-ish level, right? 927 half, somewhere around there. We're in the trade. It's sitting at 938 and a half right now. So there's $10, $11 move on the stock so far right now. Overall, phenomenal move. Great setup. Absolutely perfect setup. Perfect setup. Let's see. John typed in Wheel of Fortune on Riot and VITO, naked put on QBTS, cash flow of $1,000. I love it. Oh, BITO, not VITO, not Vito. Okay, BITO. BITO. Excellent job, John. John, great. Jim said got in on SPXW, which is the S&P 500. Call trade up 50.53%, still in the trade. Woo! Nice. Patty said CrowdStrike made 20%. Amazon $80. Got tired of Amazon channeling and got out a minimal expense. Yeah, Amazon was one that I looked at this morning, Patty, and I just didn't track it well, missed it, and I see that it broke out and it did run, but we would be underwater a little bit right now because it moved up. We would have gotten in the trade and then it's pulled back and it just kind of hung there now. So really hasn't made much of a move. Let's go. Look at some more Carvana, right? So we move down, we get the move up. Same thing. How quick of a move do we get? Do we get a retest? Do we get a bounce? There's a potential entry. If not, then not. Right? So we got a quick move down. We pushed up. We came back down. We came back up. Not too bad. We got back above our support line right about 1020. So it's not horrible. I like it a little bit faster than that, but that's not horrible. We pulled back and bounced. If you took this trade, you got in about 463. Right now it's at 470. So not too shabby at all for Carvana. And then Home Depot was one of the setups as well. Where did they go? Okay. One of the setups as well. So Home Depot, we opened flat and then we pulled back. So once again, that pullback was what? That's the bears saying, all right, we're going to try to drive it down from here. But they drove it down from a massive area of, we're already in strong territory. We're all the way above this support level. Long way to go and break for the bears to break this overall bullish pattern. But it could be done. So if we go back to the 5 and look, we opened up right here and then just ran straight down. If we look at the exact numbers, this fib line is sitting at 370.30, and we closed at 370.50. Heard the dog barking. Figured there was a delivery guy out there. So we're talking 20 cents away. We pushed back down, we bounced, and we rocked. So we're talking about 371 and a half or so, and right now it's at 376. So $3.5, $4.5 move so far on Home Depot. Love the setup. Absolutely love the setup. Home Depot, my hero. And we've spent enough money there in the last week with all the construction we're doing at my mother-in-law's house right now. So we're doing good. Brendan said, no trades for me. Congrats to everyone. There you go. Everybody, congratulations. Great job. Here's the Amazon that Patty was talking about. Let me go back to a daily, though, because everything starts off a daily. Right? So we opened flat. We moved up. If we go back to the 5, we got the move up, we got the close, we got the bounce, and right there in that candle, we're in, and probably about the same price as it was when we would have taken it. Once again, I did not take it, and not for lack of I didn't want to. It was I didn't see it at the time that it bounced, and it was too late when it had made that big move up, and I wasn't going to go back in again. It was getting way too late for me over here. I wasn't even paying attention at that point to Amazon any longer. So overall, great setups today on the market. Now, if we sort this out by my filtered stocks, or my checkmark stocks, the ones that added to my watch list, there are 3 out of 20. Now, there's 22 positions on this list, 20 stocks, the S&P 500, and the VIX. So we got 22 positions, 22 symbols, 20 of them are stocks, 20 tradable positions for us. My goal, and I said this last week and the week before, and I've said it a million times, my goal is to find 2 to 3, maybe 4 potential trade setups for today. So these were trade setups that laid themselves out as opportunities that I checked right before the market opened. I checked the entries, potential entries for them, and where we were pre-market, and I knew exactly what was going on. You do not need 500 or 1,000 stocks to find enough candidates to trade every day. You actually need a very defined, smaller list, in my opinion, somewhere between 15, 20 being the ideal number. If someone said pick one and only one number, what would it be? It'd be 20 stocks. And I know if Amelia's in here, I'm going to get grief for that, for not making it 21. But 20 is the number, guys. That's where I'm at. I'm at 20 stocks, 2 to 3 potential trades. I had 1 or 2 others on there that did not work out for me. There was a bearish trade. Was it Dash? DoorDash worked out today, and was it CrowdStrike? I don't remember. No, I don't think it was CrossFit. There was one other one that was bearish that worked out very well. I just wound up not taking it because I didn't want to fight the overall bullishness of the market where we were up again today. I didn't want to do it. Right now we haven't closed, but we're above our blue zone, which is excellent. We'll talk about that when we get to this in just a minute. Roman said, "Do you usually do four contracts on Costco?" I do, Roman. I do twos and fours on Costco. There you go. I do twos and fours, even though it's not quite at the $1,000 level. We're getting up there. We're getting up there. So pop rules state that if it's under $1,000, a normal trade we do 10. Over $1,000, normal trade we do 4. Again, that's pop rules. Now it's your rules. You have to take the rules that I put out there and say, how do you incorporate those for you to help you become a better trader? Yeah, I'm not doing 10, Rob. I'm only doing 2 on a full trade and 1 on an aggressive trade. Or I'm only doing 1 and there's no such thing as an aggressive entry for me. I'm not taking it. I'm not going against the overall market. Right? I'm not trading $1,000 stocks. That's okay. Those are all fine answers. Um, okay. Excellent. So good job, everybody. Once again, congratulations on the trades. Great day. Great day in the market. All right. So economic reports. Let's go over to, and bottom line is this. Not everybody types in. There's a lot of you in here. Not everybody types in trades. Not everybody did trades today, and that's okay. Not everybody in here is trading regularly, and that's okay too. The biggest reason I ask for everybody to put these out there, a little bit of pat yourself on the back, congrats. I'm all for that. But to show others that it is possible, that there are other people out there. We had 6 or 7 of you today that came out and said, these are the trades I did today. Right? So it is possible to do this. Um, Smaller account, bigger account really doesn't matter. Newer trader, more experienced trader doesn't matter. Your goal should be to find 2 to 3 candidates each and every day that are potential trade setups with actually one of them working out. That's all that matters. Just one trade that actually moved in your direction. That's all I care about. You don't need 3 trades to go on. Many of you don't have an account to do 3 trades at once. You can only do 1 as a max anyway. So we're all good there. All right. Economic reports. What do we got happening today? Nada. Nada. No economic reports today at all. Right? Tomorrow, ADP is tentative. It was like that last week as well. Most of the reports out there are for tomorrow are at 8:30. Right? We're going to give this a rank of 2 because it's 8:30. It's got some importance to it, but it isn't going to move the market on a trade that we're in unless it's an overnight trade because the market's not open yet. New home sales at 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's a 2 also. It's orange, so it gets a 2. Then Wednesday at 8:30 is also, these are all 2s. And I don't know what we've got here. October data. I'm not sure what that is, but they're going to be a 2 no matter what, at best. Thursday, we're all at 8:30, so we're all in number 2. So there's nothing in here at all for this week that's coming up that's aggressive. That's coming up that is a higher risk, a number 1 in there. Now, you may see a little story up here about Powell. I tried to read what they said. It really didn't make a lot of sense to me. I did see a statement yesterday, I think. I don't think I saw it today. I think I saw it yesterday from Powell on the construction they did on the Fed, and they're being brought in for questioning now, and la-di-da-di-da, right? Whether or not this is a really happened or an excuse to bring him in to try to get rid of him early, I think it would take way too long to get rid of him anyway. So I don't know if trying to get rid of him early is going to matter. Right? Like June or July. I think we just suck it up and deal with it for now. And when I say suck it up, guys, here's the thing. Do I think Powell did a good job? When he first started as Fed chair, I loved him. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he did a great job. I think he missed the boat a little bit on some of the economic reports and reading the economy and what was going in. And I want to be careful because I don't really think it's him. I don't think there would have been a Fed out there that would have done things a lot differently than he did, unless they were just very, very, very far, one side or the other. I don't think anybody would have done anything a lot different than him because of the tools that the Fed has always used. He used those tools and they didn't work this time. So someone's got to pay the price. Someone gets blamed for it. Whether you like it or not, someone's getting blamed, right? COVID happened, someone's getting blamed. Doesn't matter, right? It's going to be somebody's fault. You get vaccine too fast, vaccine too slow, close business, don't close business. No matter what, you can't win. There is no win. Powell is in a no-win situation. But I do believe personally that as time had gone on, he was not really right for us. There were so many other countries that had dropped rates already, and we did not. Um, and it's not like our numbers were so much better than everybody else's. So, oh, there you go. Trip said, speaking of the Fed, bank earnings start tomorrow. Yep, it's coming up. It's coming up. We'll see. I mean, they outperformed some other sectors this year. So, up to this point. So let's see what the earnings tell us about them now. It's in May, Jim. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was June, but May 2026 is when Powell's term ends. So we got 5 months, 4 months left, 4 to 5 months left. Um, I don't know if it's worth even trying to get rid of them. Just think you suck it up and deal with it, and that's the end of it. All right, let's go back in market review. All right, let's go to the S&P 500. SPX. Okay. This will require a little bit of a back check. Right? We had this great overall bullish run, folks, and you need to, and this is where having the ability to do to draw on the screen is outstanding. My favorite way of looking at what's actually happening, right? You know what? No, let's not do that here. Let's do this. Let's go over to template number 1. Okay. Why number 1? There's no moving averages. Wanted red. Gonna move up. Great stair steps all the way. We run into that 67, 65, big move to the downside, right? With a run like this, when you get pullbacks, every pullback, you automatically look left and identify horizontal areas of horizontal support and resistance, fib line, support and resistance, whatever it is. A bunch of tops that, a pattern where it just topped out or bottomed out there. You're always looking left, okay? Always. Now we made a move up, all-time highs. Again, pulled back, higher lows, ran up, lower highs, up, lower low. Made a high and then a higher high. I think we're at a higher high here. All right, then we got a quick pullback and a bounce, pullback and a bounce. And let's actually bring it in a little bit. And so you had the low. Oh, my mouse is just freezing. High, low, higher low, higher low. Friday was higher high. We're not ready to draw that yet because we don't know if today is going to surpass it. If it does, then putting a high on Friday doesn't help us any. Remember, to identify a swing high or a swing low, you need a stock that looks like this, a pattern. It looks like this. Let's try it again. Let's just do this. Okay. We had a high, a higher high, and a lower high. High, higher high, lower high. That's where a swing high comes in. You had a low, a lower low, and a higher low. Low, lower low, higher low. Swing low comes in. This, you had a low and a low and a low. This is not a low. Not until tomorrow. If it drops, yes, then this became the low. But we're not ready for that yet. We're waiting for the bounce. Right? Not yes, no. We're waiting for the bounce. We're not waiting for the move down. We're waiting for a bounce. You get the move up, then now this becomes your lower low. Okay. Very important that you look at your charts that way. Don't read anything into the current candle, the last candle, today's candle, the previous closing day's candle, whatever's the candle furthest on the right side of your chart. Don't read anything into that candle at all. Okay. So if we take this back over where we've got moving averages now, okay. So overall, where are we? Well, we've got our zero line right here, which we've now had one, two, three, potentially, at least three higher highs than we had at this 6903 level. At least three. Uh, one, two, three, because that was we had one. Well, we potentially had one Friday. We got to see once we close today. So where are we at right now then as far as market goes? I've got a blue zone here. And where's the blue zone coming from? I've got an A. Fix the width. An A, a B, and a C. Once I have that, it drew in a 236, a 618, and a 1 or 100 up here somewhere. Can't see it. It's there. Okay, if we scrunch down, there's the 100 level right there. So this gives us between the high that we had here on the 7th, which was Wednesday, between that high and the 618, we wind up with a blue zone. Between the 69.56 and 69.45, so 11 points, we get a blue zone. What does that mean? It's an area of strength. And notice what happened. On this candle, we didn't have the line drawn yet, the blue zone drawn yet, but we stretched into that area and then we failed. We came back and we pierced it on Friday. Wonderful. All-time high, all-time closing high. Both those were all-times on Friday. Okay. Today we gap down, stretch a little bit further down, not quite to the 8. The 8 would have been down here somewhere earlier. And then we bounce. We go back above the 618. Sorry, couldn't get the words out. And then back above the previous swing high. We're above that. We haven't gotten yet up to the high on Friday, but I'm not as concerned with that level. We've broken through the blue zone. And what happened was on Friday, closing there, as we came off of this candle on Thursday, we moved up and we closed in that blue zone. That is the bulls chipping away at the ice. They're underneath all these sheets of ice. They got a little tiny chipping hammer, tiny one, and they're breaking away at that ice. And then they yell back, "We broke through. Go ahead, push in if you want." And let's see if the bulls make their next attempt. Today we gap down. I like the gap down. Why? Because the bears tried to take it back. And when you look at a 5-minute chart, they didn't succeed. They pulled it back and we bounced right out of it. Right out of it the whole time. Oh, outstanding. Right? So bears were in control. Bears were in charge. I'm sorry, bulls were in control. Bulls were in charge. And the market did exactly what we're hoping for. Now we're sitting above this blue zone. Where's our next level? Up is 7,000. There's nothing between 69.70 and 7,000. That's only 30 points. We move 60 points in a day. This is a half a day's move from high to low. That's all we have left to hitting is 7,000. Still all-time highs, but 7,000. And yet there are still traders that are absolutely freaking out over where the market is right now. Petrified. Don't get me wrong. Am I saying the market's going to continue to push higher and not go back down? Hell no. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can't treat this fearfully of, I don't know. Maybe I'll get ahead of the curve and trade it bearish. Well, maybe before the end of this week, I'll dye my hair bullish and start singing in a different language for you. Maybe. Highly unlikely, but maybe. Right? But you can't plan on it might fail here because you have zero reason to believe it will. Now, if there's an economic report coming out, if you think Apple's earnings are so big and so vital, or you think Bank of America or whatever other bank, Goldman Sachs, what is Goldman Sachs? 15? I try to keep my work area clean. My tracking sheet is always out on my desk. Goldman Sachs is the 15th confirmed. Okay. So the 15th, we are on the 12th, so in 3 days. Goldman Sachs, if you look at them and say, man, they're big, and if really bad news comes out on their earnings, I believe they're going to tank the market. Then you've made a decision, you're setting up a plan, and that's okay. I'm not saying trade it that way today, but you're planning of maybe I don't want to do an overnight trade, bullish because of this, or even bearish. I mean, you've got an idea, it doesn't mean it's going to work, right? So be cautious there. But I think the banks over the next couple of days can be some insight to what we see happening when they actually announce. Okay, so just an FYI. Yeah, just checking notes there, guys. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Just an FYI, keep your eyes on that. But when it comes to the S&P, I think we break up, retest, and bounce. Close here, small move up, retest, and bounce. I'm looking for the breakout to be somewhat with a vengeance, a bigger candle on the break here, like we had on this one, like we had on this one, right? That's what I'm looking for. Like we had on this one, I'm looking at the same thing, all right? So I like where we're at on the S&P right now. Downside is the 8 and then that 6903. Those are my targets on the down right now. Jim said if the SPY is 1/10 of the SPX, then they should be very similar but not the same. On your daily charts, SPY and SPX, your fibs are different dates. They should not be. I should have them on the same date. You're right, Jim. Let's see. We're looking at November 21. No, I don't know why I still have that. I mean, my guess is somehow it reverted. I might have had, you guys know that when sometimes Omega Charts crashes on me, if I had redrawn a fib and did not save it, it would have pulled it back. On SPX, again, they should be to the same date. It should be right here, which is 12/11. And here's the thing. So here's the 11th. Here's the one thing to keep in mind, though, Jim. So generally, you're right. Yes, generally. Definitively exactly the same, not necessarily. Because it's approximately 1/10. It's not an exact number, it's an approximate. Okay, there are some things that drive it one way or another. That's why sometimes we'll have a rank of 3 or a rank of 2 on one of them versus the other. They won't be the same rank. Okay, usually the same bias, but not always the same rank. So if we had a previous higher day here, just because of whatever reasons the fund ran higher there, that's where that fib would have been drawn to, would have been there. But since we are on the same dates, that's it right there. So good catch on that, Jim. I don't know why it diverted from it, but we should have been on the same date. So good catch. All right. Excellent. Let's go back into presentation mode. Hot dang, it's getting hot in here. All right. So here we have our upcoming events. So Inner Circle check-in is tonight. Our quarterly is on the 16th and 17th. That is Brandon Wendell teaching there. He's taking notes from those that are in Inner Circle and come up with the trainings for that. Mastermind is tomorrow. I will be completing our credit spreads training tomorrow in Mastermind, our core training. Covered Call Explorer Q&A is on the 14th. The 15th is Wealth with Spreads Q&A. Power Option Plays Covered Call E-mini on regular schedule. Power Hour is not on regular schedule, at least not next week. Next week we're closed. I don't know if we're doing it on Tuesday. I just realized that I forgot that we had holiday there. I just got the email from my team that said we're closed on Monday. And we will not be doing a Tuesday. Oh, no, we do have it there. We have it on Tuesday. We have it on Tuesday? Yeah, we have it Tuesday. We already have it on my calendar for Tuesday. So, yes, we will be doing it next week on Tuesday. Training Coaches Playbook is on its regular schedule. Strategies that scale. Tonight at 8 o'clock is the next one, guys. It is packed. We are about 3/4 of the way to capacity in that room. So if you are scheduled tonight, make sure you get there early because we can only fit the number that's in that room. You can't get 2 extra people in there or nothing. And I count as one. The admin counts as one. I can't get anybody else in there. But if you're looking at 2026 saying, okay, what do I need to do to move the needle? What do I need to do to get to that next level? That's what strategies that scale is all about. And by the way, you are the strategy, and I'm going to help you to scale. That's what it comes down to. Right. So make sure to get registered. Andrew dropped the link in for it already. So go ahead and check that out. All right. Let's see. Weekly training topic, kicking off New Year trading. I see a lot of people setting New Year's resolutions, and I have nothing against them except that they wait till New Year's to do them. And when I say they, I was one of the they. I used to do the same thing. November 15th, come the new year, I'm going to lose weight. Come the new year, I'm going to save more money. Come the new year, I'm going to change this or that or the other. It's November. Why I got to wait till the new year? You don't. You do it now. There's no waiting, right? You get it done. That New Year's resolution to resolve to do something different. One of the problems with the waiting is usually it's if you can wait that long, it's not that important to you. What I mean by that is, I'll wait. And for me, it was always let's lose weight, right? I'll wait until the first of the year, and I'm all gun ho. I'm gonna, actually be the second of the year. Wouldn't be the first because on New Year's Day we got a big family party and there's lots of food and cake. I mean, what do you do with all that cake, right? I hate throwing it away. You got to eat it, right? So we'll start it on the second, right? By the 13th, I believe it is, which is tomorrow, is quit day. I think it's tomorrow. I think it's the 13th of the month. It's called quit day. The average person quits on their New Year's resolution. Okay. I think you got to take the attitude of I'm going to do this no matter what. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It doesn't matter what others think or say. I really don't care. I love some of the videos that I see where they tell people disappear for 6 months. Just disappear. Tell nobody what you're doing, and then show up and watch what happens when those around you see the changes and things that you've done miraculously in your life, whether it's health or business or whatever it is, right? Without a doubt. Am I saying you need to keep it all quiet? No, I'm not normally one that does. I am very open about what I'm doing because my belief system is that for me, if I throw it out in the universe, I am calling it into action. I'm calling it to happen. If I tell others I'm doing it, sooner or later, one of my buddies is going to turn around and say, man, whatever happened with that thing you said you were doing? Did you ever do it? Yeah, but I never really followed through. Why not? I mean, you said you were going to do it. And you didn't follow it. What happened? I've got a little of an accountability thing there, and that's me. Others like, no, I don't want anybody to know. I want to be quiet about it. I'm going to, keep it all to myself. For many, they don't know how to set a resolution. They don't know what to do as far as setting a New Year's resolution. So, what if we did something as simple as this? I decided to put that on another page. Give me a moment. Let's see if I'm logged in here. I don't know why I did that. Must be the last time I checked it. Okay. You're on the chat GPT. I trade options in the US market intraday. Hold nothing overnight. My success has been okay. I want to set a New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution to trade, and I'm going to drop this in if I can. Trade better. Please tell me how to set it for me to become a better trader, I tend to quit my resolutions early. So build in some steps to keep me accountable. Your 2026 trading resolution done right. Primary resolution, one sentence only. I will execute my intraday options trades exactly according to my rules and grade myself daily on the execution, not the P&L. Gee, how many times have you heard me say things just like that before? define define a grading trading. Um, this prevents quitting. Most traders quit resolutions because they're vague. So define what better actually means. Your grade A trade checklist. Print this. Trade only A trade only counts if predefined setup, no boredom trades, planned entry, stops, and target before entry. Risk per trade is fixed and known. No averaging down means you got in a trade that went against you, you bought more. The trade closed by the end of the session, no overnight holds. Emotions noted after exit: calm, rushed, hesitant, impulsive. You're not allowed to judge the outcome, only the process. If 4 out of 6 are met, it's a B trade. If 5 out of 6 are met, it's an A trade. If it's less than 3, it's a C trade. Learning, learning costs, not failure. See, I say it all the time. It's no longer losses. We use the word learning. L, it's not a loss, it's a learn. Right? Shrink the resolution so it's impossible to quit. Instead of I will trade better all year, use micro commitments. Your non-negotiable daily rule: I must log my trades before I log out of my platform. Even if you only take one trade when you log in. That's the keystone habit. Miss the day, fine. Miss 2 days, trade size is cut in half the next day. This creates a natural accountability without self-punishment. Guys, do you like this? Is this helpful? And I did this in real time in front of you. This wasn't a preset thing. You can give me a 1 for yes, a 2 for no. If you don't like it, it's okay to tell me. I'll throw you out. I mean, I won't throw you out. Number 3, weekly accountability loop. 15 minutes, Friday only. Mine is on the weekend. Answer only these 3 questions. Did I follow my rules this week? Yes, mostly no. What rule did I break most often? What one adjustment do I need to make next week? That's it. No overanalysis. If you skip the review, no trading Monday. The rule works because it protects your edge and forces reflection. Guys, 5, 6. So, redefine a good month, right? Pre-commitment, monthly reset day, mindset shift, right? Lots of ones and yeses. There you go, Barry. Barry said, I never thought of doing this. Guys, everything we do here, we did construction on our home. We knocked it down in 2006. We chose not to do our garage. I'd like the garage to be bigger. The doors are lower. You can only get a car inside if you decide to drive in. You can only get a car and you can't get the SUVs of today in there. I'd like to take advantage of more space to the upside. Um, so I'm looking at, okay, what would it cost me to do construction? How do I know that? Well, I can go find a contractor and get him to come give me a price. Or I go to ChatGPT and say, I live on Long Island. This is my zip code. I am looking to build a garage. This is the size of the garage. What is it going to cost me for the garage and the new foundation, as well as running a 60 amp panel in the garage and heating and air conditioning with a split unit? What would it cost me to do? And it came back and said, average price across the US is $4 to $12 a square foot. Long Island is higher, depending on the materials that you use. Your average cost would be this, that, but if you decide to do this, if you did a different roof, terracotta, it's this, it's that. So it came back with some answers, but I got a quick answer that the answer for the garage I'm looking for is probably about 80 grand. And I'm not spending 80 grand on a garage. So the answer is no, I'm just not going to do it. It's not so I can drive a car in there that I don't use anyway. My garage is a shop. I got a 4 foot by 4 foot CNC inside of my garage. You ain't put a car on that side no matter what. The other side has got a fishing rod station where I make my own rods, and I got fishing rod dryers and tools galore. And no, nope, nope. We don't have the room. So I'm not gonna, for all of that, I'm not gonna go ahead and go through the work. But the point was, you could do all of this right inside of ChatGPT. Everything about what I do go now. I am not a ChatGPT user. I know I'm not logged into Perplexity right now here. I am a Perplexity user. ChatGPT, it has been found on a test that was done that up to 20% of the answers ChatGPT gives are incorrect. Perplexity is 5%. So, and I saw a story yesterday that Google announced it first, I guess, and Perplexity announced it the day after that they're going to have Perplexity medical care or medical answers or something. You're going to be able to ask medical questions in there, health questions in there, where a lot of them are now saying, no, 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 we're not answering that. GPT does that. Tell me, how many of these should I take a day? This pill. It's like, yeah, no, we can't make recommendations. You need a medical professional for that. Um, So Les said, if we type the exact same thing into chat, would we get the same response? And the answer is no, Les, you would not. Because GPT learns a little bit from you. And every time it goes out, it doesn't have a preset answer that it comes back with. It pulls the information that's most current to it right the second when you did it. So, and I can, like I said, I don't know if it's going to let me paste it in. Let me see if it does. That should have been I, not T. Hot damn. And again, that should say I, not T. Um, there we go. All right, so I was able to send it to everybody. So you won't get the exact same answer per se, Les, but you should get an answer that has some similarities to it. Now, I ask trading questions all day long. This is our um, Wealth Builders Chat GPT, so we're asking stock market questions all day long. We use it. My team uses it all day long. Chat GPT, Perplexity, Claude. We just had to increase the number of tokens that we use on one of them because we keep running out. Two of my team are using them together, and every day we're running out, and it's telling us, you got to wait. You ran out of tokens. You got to wait until later to use it. So we had to increase it. Um, is Grok the same thing? So Grok, look, I like Grok a lot. I just didn't think I was going to get Grok over Perplexity. I did not feel Grok was worth $30 when everybody else was charging 20. I like Elon Musk. I didn't like him enough to pay him 50% more. But yes, Grok is a good one. But here's the thing: every AI is good for something. If you want to write a book long, right? Claude is the best one to use. It's the best one, right? General information like this, I throw this stuff at at ChatGPT all day long. But then again, I use Comet, which is ChatGPT's. It's free now to everybody. It's their web-based browser without ads yet. They're going to be ads. They're coming. They're coming. But they're not there yet. But when you go to Google and you search something, the first 5 or 6 answers are sponsored, right? And many times you don't even realize that it was there. You just click on it because you thought it was good. I'm looking for an item. Amazon is notorious for this. I put in an exact model number of something. There was a soldering/heat station that I wanted. I put the exact model number in, and Amazon pulled it up. I said, "Oh, Amazon, I like that because I get it tomorrow, right?" I click on it. It's a different one. They don't have the one I wanted, right? They don't have it. They didn't carry that one, right? So, but they took that number, put it in there, and did it as a search and sponsored results, figuring get me on the platform. While I'm there, I might as well search, right? Which is usually what happens. But I get angry when I get into these sponsored results and they lie to get me there. I won't be there. I leave. I like Perplexity a lot. Perplexity because we do have some real-time stuff, and I got a lot of things open in Perplexity right now, so I just want to be careful before I open it up. Let me see. I mean, a lot. On my other computer, I've got 15 windows open on Perplexity right now. And for some reason, nothing's even coming up. Okay, let me see. All right. So Perplexity, yeah, we're not logged in, right? Perplexity, you go over here to finance and everything you want. All market related, put in the stock symbol, ask it options questions, stocks questions, whatever. It's all right there, right? Um, Gold, futures, chart. 46.22, right? 1 month, all-time high. My wife is jumping up and down right now. What time is it? 12 o'clock. She would have had a break. She's jumping up and down right now because she's been waiting. She sold gold here without telling me. I'm like, why would you do that? What, you know, and then it came down. I told her why, and it came down. She said, we should sell. I said, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Oh, look at that. Right? Up here. Silver is the same thing. Right? But don't just use it for a chart. You could do research. Oh, you got to click which one. I don't want micro. I want the full silver. Right? Silver's at an all-time high, $85. I own silver at about $20 an ounce. Coin, not coin, rounds, which are 1 ounce rounds, right? Just it looks like a coin. This is silver, but it's a very, very dingy looking one, but it's a bear on one side and a bull on the other. It's a market coin. A student had given this to me. Right. So at the time when I bought them, they were $20 an ounce. Now it's $85, almost $86 an ounce. Right? My wife said we should sell. Well, why? We're not done going down. But point is, folks, the finance tab is outstanding in my opinion when it comes to market stuff. Right? So well worth looking at it. I appreciate that, Deborah. Thank you. So that's part of why I like Perplexity the most, is what it does, guys. I'm a big fan of Perplexity. So use use GPT, Perplexity. I don't care what one you use, but here's the thing, okay? And we're going to do a training for everybody, free training on AI this year, on using AI in the stock market. It's a training we're going to do that everybody will be invited to for free. And we don't get me wrong. It's not like I haven't taught AI before. In Mastermind and Inner Circle, we teach it all the time. Inner Circle, we overdose on it. Tons of AI training inside of Inner Circle because I've actually taught everybody how to ask AI what you need to ask. I don't know what to ask. What do I do? And if you ever get in that position where you're not sure how to ask, you don't know what to put into ChatGPT, ask it. I want to become a better basketball player. What questions, here's my favorite way of saying it. What questions do I need to ask you, ChatGPT, to help you determine what I need to do to become a better basketball player? And it's going to come and give you a list of questions and then you answer them. Based on your answers, right? You are 40 years old, you're 25 pounds overweight, you've got injured knees and a broken ankle. So right now, you probably shouldn't be jumping up and down on your ankle. Anyway, you see where I'm going with it, right? You answer these questions and it'll come back with a plan of what to do. And then at the end, they all do this. If you want, I can turn this into a one-page printable trader's resolution, build you a simple daily, weekly trade log template, help you define 2 to 3 high probability intraday option setups to eliminate noise. Just tell me which one you want first. Turn this into a one-page printable. Trader's resolution. Huh. Print, sign, execute. I love it. So my trading resolution is what an A grade trade looks like, my non-negotiable rule, daily scorecard, weekly accountability, quick profits rule, what a good month means, monthly reset days, final commitment, trader signature, and the date. Right? And it says, and I can convert this to a PDF if you want. Yes, thank you very much. Oh, you can make it a fill-in log for daily and weekly, customize your specific setup and rules. Let's see. Brenda said, great. I trust you to teach us about AI. I won't feel comfortable using it without some sort of training using AI. Thanks, Rob. You're welcome, Brenda. Um, Trip said the other part of becoming a better prompter is asking whatever engine, how could I get these results with my first prompt? After you get the results you like with multiple prompts, you learned from that. Learned that from Dan Martell. Okay, yeah, and there's so many gurus out there. I mean, there's a mastermind that I belong to that's an AI mastermind, and that's all we do. There's actually two of them. One I'm very active in. That's a very active community, though. The other one is not as active of a community, but we just show up every 2 weeks for an online class, an online training on AI. And there's plenty of them out there, plenty of them out there, right? But the AI ones AI ones I am part of, it's not just AI, they're business, they're marketing AI, they're for businesses. Okay, fantastic. So hopefully this was helpful. And you can take this now and start. If you haven't made that resolution, great. Don't call it a New Year's resolution. Just it's a resolution. I'm making a change from this day forward. Right? I am just a tremendous believer in the notebook. I got two of them here. It's a 5 subject. It's for something that's a brand new topic of something I'm working on. This one is trading related. And then this one, I think it's shut down, right? Yeah. This one is my tablet. It's my remarkable tablet, is what it's called. Right? It's a writing tablet. This is like you're writing on paper. You got a pen, you can erase it, you can cross it off, you can highlight it, you can turn it into written text instead of handwriting. You can change it to text in there. These things, they're on the corner of my desk. Usually I move them off. I forgot today because I think they're in the view of the camera and I just want to look pretty over there. Not like you could see how much of a mess everything else is. Um, but they're out because I use them all the time. Get yourself a book, write it down. I don't care what it is, book, paper, computer, notepad on your phone, whatever it is, just have a place to document everything. All right, what candidates want me to take a look at, folks? Drop some symbols in. We will rock on like Donkey Kong. NVIDIA. Woo! Loving me some NVIDIA. Okay. All right, we had a nice pullback there, Roman, to the 183 level, 83.94.11. Let's see, do we need a Fibit? Yeah, we probably should have a Fibit in there. This is only on the top. So we need a negative 136. Okay. So I like the bounce there, Roman. The moving averages kind of messed me up a little bit. The 8 is too high right now, so I'm a little concerned with it, but 189 is our next stopping point on it. So I hope that helps. Netflix. Woo! Come on, baby. Come on. Chug it, chug it, chug it, chug. Keep going. Remember, I want to see it down at the 82. That's my long buy. That's my bounce. If we get a bounce off there, that's it. But I might consider the bounce off the 87. I've said that for a while now. If we get to the 87, I may turn that into a half position. What does that mean? I like to do, if I'm going to go long on something, I like to do it over 5 different orders, 5 different entries. So if it pulls back and bounces at a key level, one that I like, I'll go ahead and if I was going to buy 100 shares in total, I would buy 20 shares there. And then if it pulls back more and bounces, and I like it there, I'll buy another 20. And I'll keep and now it moves up, pulls back and bounces, I'll buy another 20. Well, that's five equal parts. If I buy this at 87, I'll probably buy a half of a part. So instead of buying 20 shares, I'd probably buy 10. Enter the trade, but I don't want to put too much into it because it's really not where I want it to be. I want it at 84, at 81, 82, that 81.96, right? So keep moving down, guys. That 92 half is resistance for it. All right, Andres is asking for Lily, LLY. Okay, Andres, I need us above the 1073. Break above, retest, bounce. 1100 is resistance. 27 points away. We've got a Fibit of 63, which means we move about $32 a day. We could easily get to that 1100 in a day. Um, yeah, downside, we got 1035. I hope that helps. Brenda's asking for SPY. So here we are, right at that. Well, here, look, SPY, and look where we are, right? We're just above our blue zone there. Well, blue zone might be off a little bit. Yeah, it's not gonna let me grab it. Nope, not gonna let me do it. That's fine. I'm not gonna bother. It's close enough. Okay. So we're sitting right there. We're near the all-time high. I'm looking for Brenda the breakout, the retest, the bounce. 700 is our next resistance. If we look at GLD, excuse me. Okay. Nice. Nice pattern. Look at the gap up today. I didn't see it. I don't know what's going on with it. Um, I know Goldman. I know Goldman called it to the end of the year to be about 27 to 2800. I think it was 47, 4800 for gold. So um, we're in the middle right now, Brenda. I need to pull back to the 417. Until that happens, can't do anything with it. Intel, Oi, Vetsky. All right. I think we need to redraw. 36 to 39 is 3.5. We're looking at 4. We're good. 39 to 40. So 39 and a half. So 4.5. We're okay. We don't really need to fib it in there. So a little tight. Who is this? Dennis. A little tight there, Dennis, on this one. But we bounced off the 43.89. 45.61 is the next resistance. And then from there, 49 and a quarter is the next one after that. 45, yeah, we don't need Fibbits. We're good. It's all good. Wow. Um, Dennis said I have some parallel trend lines on Intel. Okay, excellent. If you've got other levels that are there, oh wait, trend lines you're talking about? Yes. So if you're looking at, I'm assuming from this, Dennis, is that what you're focused on? Mm, maybe three tops. Yeah, I mean, if we pull it down a little bit, but I'm not really getting three. But that's good. I mean, we do have, and I look at that was a high and that's a low. That's a higher high and a higher low. This is a higher high. So we're moving in the right direction. So be careful though, if you've already drawn a line off of, if it's this top that you used from yesterday, be careful because today is not over yet. So we don't know yet what that's going to bring. Okay. Nice. Yeah, just like I drew it there, right, Dennis? The way I just drew it. SLV, yes. Okay, good. So SW had a great breakout. Oh no, there we go. There's the breakout. Had a great breakout, but near that 78 half. I need to pull back to 75 with a breakout of 78 and a half, Brenda, and then move up to 81 quarter. Nice. CVX. I saw a story on Perplexity that um, Venezuela was giving us millions of dollars or millions of barrels of oil to the US. I didn't see the why. I didn't read the story. So this fib is about finished. We broke up that high, but not really. We're okay. It closed down below, but we're getting pretty close to that top run. I'm not. I mean, I like energy right now, oil right now as an industry, a sector. I think there's a lot of opportunities in there. Oil prices are low. um, I think there's a lot of political aspects to it. If we get control over Venezuela and how the cartels and the terrorists are using them for energy and so forth, I think there could be some very beneficial things to the world, which means lower gas prices. But Chevron, Exxon, Mobil, these types of companies, BP, these folks have figured it out a long time ago how to profit no matter what the price of oil is. They know what to do. Yeah, there you go, Trip. They know exactly what to do. So, all right. And that takes us to the end of our time. We went a little bit over. Sorry about that, but we're pretty darn close for a live show every week. It went 2 minutes over. So, Andrew dropped in a couple of links for everybody. Go in and check on those links. Check them, click on them, or check out those links. Get in strategies that scale, which is tonight, and I think the other one is Wednesday. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget. Will be the last one I'm doing on it. Do not miss it, folks. This is the first time I've ever taught it. You will not see it again. So you definitely want to take advantage of it. Everybody have a great evening, great day. God bless. Um, yeah, I ran for oil prices. There you go, Trip. Everybody have a great day. God bless. I will see you all on our next one. Take care, folks. Bye.